So, Seven, what have you been up to?
Well, my grandfather died, and I went and attended his funeral recently, so there's that.
Did you meet any cute chicks there?
Yeah, actually, no. Not any chicks that I'd be willing to admit were cute, given that it's my family. But there was a mariachi there.
Ah, mariachis. It's like bringing taco bowls to a bunch of murder trial jurors. It's always just a great move.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really, anytime you bring Hispanic culture into a situation involving death, it actually livens it up to no end, really.
Yes, like Dia de Muertos. Fun for all parties.
Indeed. They held a they buried him at Fort Logan, which is a military burial ground up in Denver. And with that, they actually did it with full military honors. 21 gun salute, the Marines folding up the flag and giving it to the grieving widow. A very beautiful service. But it got me thinking that not everybody who was in the military necessarily would want to be buried with the whole military shenanigans thing. Certainly, I wouldn't be able to tell you whether or not he would have, because he didn't let anybody know, I think, really what he wanted to happen after he died.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why you've always got to let at least somebody know how you want to go out there. I mean, if you don't specify it in a will or don't tell anybody that's going to outlive you, then it's never going to be clear to anybody.
Yeah, it's pretty much up to anybody.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why my father actually has always told me since I was like 6 years old that when he dies, he wants to have a Viking funeral, with the whole burning ship going into the water, bringing you into the next world, whether it be Valhalla or heaven or wherever you think you're going to go.
Probably hell, but yeah, you have your entire family and friends and all the people that cared about you firing flaming arrows at that ship, as it sinks on fire into the sunset and you go on to your afterlife.
Very beautiful when you think about it.
It really is, but I definitely could imagine that there's going to be some logistic issues with doing something like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that when you light a corpse on fire, you need a lot of heat to actually burn it into some ashes. I mean, otherwise you're going to just float back with your bloated body on the shore getting picked by seagulls.
Oh, yeah, so you would need to do some preparation, of course, in advance. You want to make sure that body is thoroughly dried out, and then you want to probably do a little bit of, say, embalming with, kerosene or something. Make sure that sucker burns good and bright.
That, and I think somebody like the Coast Guard's probably going to get on your case if you shove a burning boat out there. Although, I guess you could always just bring it into international waters.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's probably a way to do it.
I'd imagine so. I mean, really, if that was going to happen, I would also think that it might be a worthwhile idea to, plant a good pyrotechnics charge under the entire thing. So, that way you can just make sure that boat and that body is very good and decimated. I think the best way to bring you into Valhalla is with a big bang.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty good shot, but you always want to have a fail-safe.
For sure. On this topic, I'm going to go ahead and make it very clear right now, just so it's on record, what I want done with my remains when I die.
All right, shoot.
For starters, okay, you taking notes?
Now I am.
Okay. Starters, I want to be cremated, so, no body, no casket, none of that bullshit. I don't want people to be able to poke me after I'm dead.
It's the cheaper way to do it anyway.
Yeah. So you got your ashes, right? Or got my ashes, right? Now, I want you to take those ashes and pour them into a lacquer paint, like a really, really good high-quality paint. I don't really care too much about the color, like a red or maybe a good blue, something, earthy tones. I like earthy tones.
All right.
Then what you're going to do is, while this is happening, you call up Ibanez. Ibanez is, manufacturer of guitars. And my favorite guitar series that they make is the RG line of guitar series, like an RG 320. I want the Floyd Rose bridge, the good locking strings, and then EMGs, of course, because...
Oh, yeah, I mean, what else are you going to go with besides EMGs?
Yeah, nice good set of EMG pickups, and then what you're going to do is, I just want this guitar to be bare bones, no paint on it. Then you take this lacquer paint with my ashes in it, paint me onto this guitar, right?
All right.
And now what you're going to do is you're going to put a little inscription on the back panel that basically gives a short description of who I was and the fact that I'm now contained in this guitar. Put the plaque facing inward. so that way you can't read it from the outside.
All right.
And now take this guitar and pawn it. Because what I want to do really ultimately, I want my legacy to be nothing but just a series of pawn shops, people learning guitar, discovering the plaque on the back, being completely creeped out, then repawning the guitar. So I'm just floating on this endless sea of pathetic musicians as they desperately try to find themselves and do what I failed at so many years ago.
Yes, that sounds pretty awesome. Although, while we're on the subject, I also want to get out there what I want done with my body when I die.
Okay.
All right, now, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to dress me up in a nice tux first off, that way it's not tacky. And then I also want you guys to attach like some weight to my leg, like some big block of lead or maybe one of those iron balls that they had for prisoners way back in the day. And I want you guys to drop me in the ocean.
Okay.
Preferably over the Marianas Trench.
All right.
That way I just go to the bottom. Now, there's some other things that I would like you guys to do as well, if you can. Like, I also want to be shot out of a cannon wearing, like, an Evel Knievel helmet.
Okay. Still with the suit and ball?
Yeah, with those still on it.
Okay.
That way, I've got, like, one of those old 70s style white helmets with red, white, and blue detailing and everything.
Yeah.
And just fire it out of a cannon with the suit and everything into the ocean. And also, if you can, I want my face, like, arranged. That way I have, like, this creepy smile on it. That way, beforehand, people can, like, take pictures with me and stuff. And once I finally make it to the bottom, I might scare some, like, anglerfish or something, because that would be awesome.
So let me get this straight. So essentially you want to have your face taxidermied into a creepy smile.
Mm-hmm.
We stick a nice suit and an Evel Knievel helmet on you, right?
Yes.
We attach a couple of weights to your legs and then fire you out of a cannon, aiming to plop you into the ocean right over the Marianas Trench.
Yes, precisely.
I can do that.
All right. And I can probably get you into a guitar, too.
Sounds good. See you in hell.
See you in hell, fucker.